So here we are a few minutes to the European cash open. We're just trading above and below days open price with a gap right here. Let's see if we have any kind of this setup right here and then move to the upside, or even let's say lower, retest this kind of lows and then we have upside. Another scenario will be that we just break straight down, straight up here and then rally and consolidate above 900 and then goes even higher. Let's see, at the moment we're in the middle of 900 and 800, so we'll see. We'll likely see this or see this kind of scenario, probably a gap fill or not, let's see, and then we have this kind of pattern. Let's see which scenario will play out. If you would like to see the daily chart, as I was saying during the day when we were up here above 10,000 yesterday, this could be very good short. Of course I didn't expect to be, let's see how many points, to be 460 points intraday, but with this kind of volatility you can expect this, you should expect this move. So if this doesn't hold today, this support right here, then we would likely see a sell off down to 9,500 or even retest August and September lows right here, and this potentially can be initially for a good long opportunity. So let's see, but if this holds, I do have a swing long strategy which suggests a rally up to 380s. It went up to 150s, but of course failed and sold off yesterday. So let's see if we have the opposite move today. Let's see if this holds. This could be very good long, but it will be judged at 10,000 again. So we can see initial selling here at the cash open, support to the tick here, rally and resistance to the tick here. Let's see now if this will prove to be the case and we have a breakdown here for a possible move down to gap fill, and then we see this kind of uptrend. Price sold off below 800 now, retested it, so I bought here. Let's see if we have a move up to 900 or if this is just going to fail. At the moment looks weak, but let's see if it manages to go above this line here, then it's more likely to find momentum, and then we need to break out this kind of high for a move up to 900, otherwise this will just collapse for a gap fill. So this trade took its time right here, consolidating but holding support at these previous key support areas from pre-cash open. Let's see now if we hold support above days open price and we kind of build momentum up above this area, this blue line 960s. We need to hold above for a move further upside, otherwise this will just consolidate until it drops further downside. Let's see. So price rallied up to days open price here, as I showed you earlier, but then I waited and it just closed for a point or so instead of taking advantage of 44 points profit. But that's what you have to deal with. Let's see now if we have further downside. So price sold off straight down to yesterday's lows here, very high volume spike here and support. Let's see how further down can this go, if it's going to retest 700 or even this low, and then we have a kind of pullback, but again this is very weak, series of higher lows right here. I was trying to be optimistic and I was buying right here, it worked, but it didn't hold, so I shorted up here for 49 points move. So let's see. So we're at this level right here, think where we have been this morning. If this pace continues during the US session, we might see a flash crash down to August lows. This is very weak, big red candles right here, like this kind of August type of trading. If this doesn't hold right now, or even if it looks it breaking down during the US session, we will go further downside, as I said earlier this morning. So let's see, this could be very good risk reward to buy it here, but just a 50 point stop if you want to have a very large upside, of course. Let's see. So we can see price now fail here at the volume weighted average price, sold off initial support here at initial balance low, broke down resistance, now selling back down. Let's see if this will be able to go down to 600s. So I bought here the fake down of 700. Let's see if this will provide us with some more upside up to 800, or if this will just consolidate and go further downside. At the moment, the more time spent between these two levels all below, we have 70% chance, 76% probability to go further downside for a new low. So let's see. So I sorted right here at the retest of 700s, no reason to be long this. Let's see if we go further downside to 600s or so. Very weak at the moment. When you see this kind of very big 140 points initial balance of US cash market, first hour of trading, and then it fails immediately upon VWAP and holds below, then we have very big chance to go further downside and downside big. So let's see. So just to see how manipulated this market is, we just saw new low here. I shorted. I couldn't even manage to close the position, and I closed it almost break even. Now I bought here for a potential move to the upside. This was very aggressive and very fast. Let's see if we hold above 700 and we then rally higher, but we need to break out, of course, 733s and then this kind of area right here, and then it goes up to 800s. Very fast moves. You need to trade what you see here. So price keeps making lower lows here. This was very good fake out move after this initial selling. Now selling repeated. It's kind of forced selling, like very methodical. Let's see if we go down to 600. So we can see here straight selling almost 600. Let's see if we have a retest right here and find any support. Straight down moves. You can see today sell off mini rally, sell off mini rally. Let's have a look here at this daily chart once again. I was talking around when we have been around this here, this up, and I was saying if we broke this down, we can see 500s. Now we're just 150 points above. Let's see if we manage to test this later in this evening during the US session or even August lows. So price here managed to rally all the way back up this yesterday's low right here, Monday's low. Now it's trading up above this kind of area. Let's see, but again, the more time spent between this one, the higher probability will go further downside. Let's see how far can this last, and if we have any kind of sell-off during the US session right here. Let's see here this kind of rally. What does it mean in terms of statistic? This is average range from this hour until the US cash market. You can see here it's almost 170% of its average price more. Let's see here, this is an 80% probability to go up here to 200%, which coincides with 800, so this could be a good short. Again, this one, once it broke down from these two levels right here, we have an average range of 100 points. So you can see here that once it entered this kind of average range, we had, and this range was at 100% move, we found support here. Of course, we were oversold in the short term. So let's see how far up can this go. But the more time it spends between here, the higher probability will go further downside. Another scenario is to go up, holds resistance here, and then stays above and then goes upside. But let's see. US cash market open, we can see is here 3 times failure to hold above. This could be very good short. Immediately sold off at the US cash market open. Let's see how far down can this go, if it's going to retest 700s. So price sold off straight down 80 points, found support here at 800s. I bought it here for the momentum. Let's see if this support at initial balance low of the day will hold and will have further upside, or if it's just going to continue. So I closed my long to break even scratch one more time today. Let's see this kind of short if we manage to hold and sells back down to this 600 area right here for a possible area low retest. Okay, so I closed my short. Again, you need to be quick with this kind of volatile market. I bought here for the momentum, worked for 14 points. Let's see how far can this go. I would like to see it holding above 733s in order to go for a move up to US cash open price high, cash open price, and then this kind of multiple failure level right here. But again, the more time spent below this or between these two lines, the higher probability will go further downside. But let's see if big picture will help us, because we are kind of short term oversold. Very nice long up here. I got stopped out to break even and I just bought it back again 2 times. This is the third time here. Let's see if we hold above these kind of key resistance areas from previous trading, previous hours. If we hold, we might go back above 800 and then go for 900 retest. Not sure if this will happen today. At the moment we just exceeded 100% of this average range move, but of course we're exceeding every day all the average ranges, the 100% of the average ranges. So let's see how far up it goes. It might go up to days open price. Let's see. What I mean by 100%, we can see now this average range. This average range sold off straight down 100%, now up 100%. This average range move. Let's see how far up can this go. We can measure it like this. We see 150% to 100% right here. The probabilities of going either 200 or 150 are 3% for 150 and 2% for 200. Let's see if this happens. Of course, today we have exaggerated moves, so this could be possible. Let's see. 83 points already the long. Nice to scale out here. So I got short here at the retest of this kind. Very nice entry here. Let's see if we pull back down for 50 points or so. I would like to, I'm dreaming, and I would like to have a move down to 730s, but again this will break out hard. Let's see. So as I just bought here the highs for the breakout, it did happen. I got stopped out twice. Let's see how further can this go, if it will manage to be up to the initial balance high of the day or 900. Massive rally right here, 100, almost 200 points. Now I shorted right here. I will show you why. As I showed you earlier, here we have exacerbated moves today, and of course we should expect more than this 100% of its average range. So now we are almost 170%, let's say, here. So let's see what are the chances to have this 170%. So what I do is I go here, 170, I'm typing. So the chances are to be 6%. 6% of the time we can have this kind of exhaustion level. So what does it mean? That does mean that we have better probability to go further, to fade this move, so it can stop go more upside, and so that means that it might go downside. So using this information combined with days open price, this level 840s, I took advantage and I'm short now. Of course this can be reversed and we have extreme like 200 points move from here, but let's see how long will this hold. So price managed to find resistance here at this 200% of its average move. Of course this means it has exhaustion because it doesn't normally go that far. Of course we have some cases which have been up to 432%, like this extension up here, but this is only 1%. So let's see now if we manage to pull back down to 800 and then find some support there and then have a continuation rally. But again, this was very nice trading here, straight up. So price failed to hold above this initial balance high level from this morning and coincided with exactly at 200% of its average range move. Then pull back at 800. This could be a good buying here, but then cash closed now. So let's see tomorrow how we will trade. Very nice uptrend since this kind of lows right here with support at US session. So that's it for today, and thanks for watching.